Yes, my people. Greetings, love, peace, harmony. All my indigenous brothers and sisters worldwide. Even the corporate wards, them who have no understanding about life, who they are, and are lost. Love and peace to you still. Hope you find yourself. Now the topic today is these fake colonies and their slaves and the independence celebration. Okay. Now the British colony that occupies my island, Uromi is the name of the island. The corporate slave colony is called St. Vincent and the Grenadines, are celebrating their independence today. Today, the 27th of October. And you have those slaves over there are rejoicing. Like if for some reason, if they are free, or if they have any say, and they are still slaves, representing a colony that doesn't belong to them, that was introduced by the French and handed over to the British. And now the British is in control of that colony. Every establishment of the colony is founded on behalf of the British and the French. So therefore the slaves has no rights, no ownership, not even to themselves and to the colony that established, but they are celebrating a so-called independence. How dumb, naive, and foolish they are. We see in this century a lot of brothers, the Aquarius time is waking up naturally by themselves, and yet we still see some majority still asleep, in such sleep that they reluctant to take a look or take a time to recollect at themselves and see who they really are, instead of living in the denationalization process as a corporate ward and representing a colony which gives them no rights, no privilege, no freedom, which just makes them subservient to Massa and everything that he brings out. Now for the world, I want you to know, when you know the truth and you know who you are and you find yourself, do not celebrate or represent any part of these colonial slave systems. Once poison is always poison. Poison can't change from being poison. And if you eat poison, you will die. So a system that came from bad could never be good. You have to be a fool. You have to be naive to tell yourself that a police could be a good person, a politician could be a good person. These are the birth of the slave colony and the slave system and the security forces and the systems they develop to keep the slaves under submission. So for you to go out and rating these criminals who are called police, these criminals who are called magistrate, criminals who are called judge, criminals who are called prosecutors, criminals who are called lawyers, and criminals who are called politicians, all in the House of the Representative, and all the members of the civil society that support and endorse that colony, means you're wicked to your own kind, you're wicked to your brothers and sisters, and you're a monster. A colony should never ever been established. Anyways, it's already done established, but it's time now, the Aquarius time, and they're losing the power, they're falling. So join with me to destroy all these colonies and take back what is rightfully ours. You see the people in them who is all subservient and not willing to change? Some will die on their own, but we will have, for some reason, a cleansing will have to take place. They will have to be wiped out because they stand like a stumbling block in the development of our Aboriginal life of taking back everything that we have. Because we got our own brothers, our own sisters, who's fighting to keep the colony remaining, who's fighting to keep the other brothers and sisters as slaves. Okay? They're so subservient, they're so indoctrinated that they refuse to accept the truth. The truth become a lie, and the lie become truth. This is the awakening of these demons who call themselves politicians in the system and how they endorse it. And come see the people them on my island, Uromi, who's in charge of the colony. They're all melanated like me. They're not even Caucasians to say, okay, oh, it's the wicked white man who developed the system anyways. No, it's my own brothers and sisters who represents the same colony, which makes them like Judas, betraying their own kind, fighting against their own self, fighting against us and their own self. When the children or grandchildren or some member of the family come up who learn what we learn and do what we do to become free, find out that one of their ancestors was a member of the colony, they will have no respect, no remorse, and no love for that demon. He would never be counted as anything special. He would only become just the same as the oppressive white slave masters. Right now, we have our own black slave masters trying to slave over our indigenous people and also the rest of the colonies. Yeah, our own brothers and sisters, melanated, who has the power in parliament and is slaving their own people for the thing we call fiat currency, the paper money. These people are demons, and it's time we root them out of position. What I'm so glad is what the Pope did with the civil order, because when the civil order right, June 10th and July 4th, and the final judgment, it plainly plates that any agents who's acting as privateers, foreign cooperative states, such as these government entities, posing and trying to rob the people under these fake revenues, such as these license fraud, immigration fraud, and land tax fraud. It states that they are committing violent and commercial crime, and in every necessary means they must be stopped. We seize all assets, and they must be locked up in jail and pay for the crime that they're doing against humanity. So my people, it's time to wake up, and we have all the information to keep disputing, so that we will take our rightful place in this world and take back what is rightfully our own and dash these people down. Okay? Remove them. The politicians and the police, all of them, they're not supposed to have guns. They're not supposed to have any power. The jails are supposed to be breaking down. And all these people are supposed to be rooted out. They're the evil seed that the white man left in possession. Never mind, they might have the same color like ours. Do not follow them. They're our enemy. It's the beast. Power to all my people and love to everybody. And what I say, let it stand strong. A colony has no say, and a colony has no rule over the native land and the native people and the native animals. Indigenous is indigenous for life. Whether they try to denationalize you and give you a birth certificate, that was out of your process under the age of 18. At the age of 18, you choose your destiny. So you can take that back and be free. So I say this to all my people, follow me, join with me, do what is right, and become who you are to be. Let my brother Nwafok say a few things.
Yes, my people, as my brother Tonic Ali just said, demons indeed are politicians. Demons we just don't need. Now, just imagine the Caucasoids, the Caucasians who implement or bring about slavery, and one of their kind, the Pope of Rome, rescinded or make null and void these licenses, which are fraudulent. And for instance, you have now in Uromi, which is referred to as St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the prime minister of that land, and I believe if the opposition was in power, that they would have done the same thing, where they try to bring about a vote or to try to incite or instill in the people to vote for the CCJ to be the final court, as opposed to going to the Privy Council that make the law, the Lords of England or the Lords of England. Now again, you have in a country or island which is one of the colonies, which is called Kayak, or referred to as Karaku, or Kamaha refers to as Grenada. They too are on the move to vote or to instill into the people to vote for the Privy Council to be the CCJ, sorry, to be the final court, as opposed to going to the Privy Council. Why? Because they just want to continue the evil acts of slavery. The Pope is saying and has said, finish with all of that foolishness, and they want to continue it. But the people, for some reason or the other, as my brother Tonic Ali, who is saying time and time again that the people is like if they are brainwashed, and it's like if they are fools. You know, it's like if they are stupid. It's like if they have no sense. My people, think outside of the box. Think It is time for you to wake up and understand that the system of the world needs to be crumbled. You know, over and over, for centuries going and centuries coming, they want us to believe that society is a place that we should live in loving and peacefully. No, we do not need society. Society at present stinks, is very obnoxious. These people make abomination more abominable. They make blackness more black, evil more evil. What we do need, my friends, my people, is a Societas Republica, a Almoracanus empire forward. Something bigger than what we have. Big. My people, wake up. Think twice. Think outside of the box. One love.